The number one asset inside my business is my email list. It has single-handedly generated me millions of dollars in revenue, and by far the main reason that my business has grown so quickly. It's not by luck though. I learned the value of an email list when I worked inside billion-dollar brands. I saw exactly how they leverage these email lists to generate sales daily, consistently, repeatedly over time, and how they treated this email list like holy grail within their business. It was so powerful. They had entire teams dedicated just to email marketing, to building lists, to coming up with email strategies, setting automations, and making sure that they got the most amount of value from this asset. Because they knew that every time that they sent an email to the list, they made money, and the bigger the list, the more money that's made. So what I've done is I've found the best strategies that I learned within these businesses, and I applied it to my businesses, and I did it without a team. Today, I wanted to teach you 5 of the best strategies that you can use to grow your email list, even if you're starting from scratch, and so you can get the same results that I'm getting. To make this easy for you, I have created this list growth tool, and it's going to help us go through the 5 strategies, and you can work alongside me. So grab the list growth tool below and let's do this work together. Now, the first strategy that we implement is understanding our offer. This is by far the most important thing, and you can't go on until you understand this. You see, people understand that their email address is valuable these days, and if they give it to the wrong person, they're going to get absolutely spammed. And they don't want to do that, and you don't want to be known as a spammer. So what you need to determine is how much value are you prepared to give for that email address? How much is that email address actually worth to you? And what is it the person that has that email address want from you that you're willing to give? And it's called a value exchange. So if I liken this to the e-commerce world, let's just say I'm selling a product for $100. How much am I willing to give away to get a potential lead that might want to buy that product? Would I give away 10%, 15, 20%? I typically work between the 10 and 20% region, which means I might give away a $10 coupon or a 10% discount code or a $20 coupon or a 20% discount code. And I might do that via a pop-up. I might do that via a form on the site or something along those lines. But that's what I've got to do first. So I've got to understand the offer that I want to give out. So let's go through this on the sheet. So let's just say my offer is going to be about 10, right? And this could either be 10% or $10. Now there's not one that works better than the other, and you need to test this to see which is better for you. But what we can do to protect your margins and make sure that we're just not giving away things for free is we can actually set some sort of threshold here. So we could say they need to spend a minimum of $100. That means if you're selling $10 products, you're not just giving away $10 products for free. In order to get this coupon code, they have to spend over $100. Now, the key here is your goal is to actually get the email address, not necessarily the sale. So having these restrictions in place is not a bad thing. We can even add one more in here. We could create some sort of duration, like a 30 days duration, something like that, which creates some sort of scarcity, some sort of urgency. So if someone signs up to your list, you can then send them a reminder within 30 days and say, hey, this coupon code is about to expire. Now, this doesn't just have to be a discount code. You can do other things. You can offer free shipping. You can offer free, bookings. You can offer free consultations. You can even run a quiz to get to know your customer. You could run a quiz to find out, what books they like. You could run a quiz to find out, what business problems they have. What is it that your customers need that you can offer them for free in exchange for their information? Now, once you've decided on the offer, how are we going to capture it? This is where the second part of the list growth tool comes in. If we scroll across to the right-hand side here, you've got all these strategies here. The ones that we like the best are website pop-ups. Now, I know you're saying pop-ups are annoying, but the stats say otherwise. We find that around 20 to 30% of people that hit a page that has the right offer actually sign up to the email list. So as annoying as they might be, they actually work. So I urge you to give them a try. The second thing is we want to make sure it's set up for both mobile and desktop. Mobile is completely different to desktop, and the layout needs to look differently. The third thing is if you've got some sort of checkout or some sort of appointment form, make sure you put a consent checkbox on there and pre-select it so that when people fill out the form, they're automatically entered into your email list. And the next one is making sure that we implement this sign up form on a landing page so that we can then link to that landing page from wherever we want. This could be from the link in your bio on your social media. It could be posting something on social. It could be getting someone else to send traffic to your store. But you need a destination to be able to capture this information. Now, before we move on to strategy number 2, you're going to need somewhere to collect all these emails because you can't just send these into Gmail or Hotmail or Outlook or anything like that. You're going to need to use a proper email service provider. And the reason for this is we need to be able to manage the emails. We need to be able to create automations, create segments. We want to make sure your emails don't go to spam. The tool we use is called Klaviyo. It's designed for e-commerce, but I'm also using it in my service business. It works really well. It does flows, it does segments, it does everything exceptionally well. So if you do want to try Klaviyo, I do have a link to a trial below. But these strategies that we're going to go through can apply to any email marketing software that's any good. All right, strategy number 2 is running competitions. Now, I absolutely love competitions because it's a great way to put your products in front of people who may not be interested in it. And it's a great way to attract a brand new audience. You can also advertise this to people who don't even visit your store. Now, the secret to a competition is not just giving away anything like an iPad or an iPhone or a car. It's giving something away that attracts your ideal customer. So what I like to do is I actually give away our best-selling product. So I'll have something like go into the draw to win a pair of boxing gloves. And that way it attracts the people that are interested in boxing gloves. And it also means that you're getting the customers that are interested in buying those boxing gloves because they're the best sellers. You want to make sure that you don't give something generic away because you're going to attract the wrong people into your audience. I had one client who actually gave away an iPad to grow their list. The only problem was everyone in the world wants an iPad, but they don't actually want their services. So we want to make sure that we're attracting the right person to have a high quality list. Now, the secret to this competition is that it's running forever, and we call it an evergreen competition. Now, an evergreen competition means that it just resets every single month. The way it works is that every 30 days you draw a winner, so that anyone that has entered the competition in the prior 30 days will go into the draw. The good thing about running a competition means that you're not always giving something away for every single email address. You're basically capturing as many emails as possible for their chance to win. Now, obviously the value exchange needs to be higher. So we want to give something away which is of higher value. So you might want to give that, say, $100 product away and give one of those away once a month. But the actual leverage of this is that you're capturing hundreds of email addresses a month and you're only giving one prize away. So it's a really powerful strategy. So to implement this, choose the product that you want to give away. In my case, it's going to be boxing gloves. And then we're going to say that it's, say, 30 days. Okay, so a 30-day competition. You can run it longer, you can run it shorter, however you want. But obviously, the longer you run it, the less draws you have, the less likely people are going to enter. The shorter you have it, the less people you're going to attract. Now, strategy number 3, we call the lead magnet. Now, this is where you provide a resource to someone to enter your email list. So this could be something like a white paper or a checklist or a guide or a tutorial, something that's of value to your target demographic. Now, if you have a think about what I did at the start of this video is I said, download this list growth method. Now, the idea behind that is I'm giving you value of something you can actually use in exchange for your email address. So that hopefully if I send you emails in the future, you're going to see that I'm a valuable person to listen to. Hopefully you do, and you stay on my list. So this is the whole thing about giving you something of value that you're willing to give your email address in return. So I need to think about what is it that you can do? Could it be a checklist? Could it be a framework? Could it be a free consultation? A little bit like what we did with the offer. What is it that people are going to want from you that you can email them? Now, this is where the secret for this strategy comes into play. I don't want you to give them the thing straight away. So I don't want them to enter their email address and then they just download it straight away. The secret to this is you need to email them the thing. They need to get used to receiving emails from you. So what you'll have got from me is I would have emailed you this list growth method and you'll have had to go to the email, see email from me, open it and click it. And that now signals to the email service provider that you want to hear from me, and it's going to move my emails into your inbox if possible, right? So that's the way the lead magnet works. Don't just give it to them straight away, make sure you email it through to them. So write down in here what your lead magnet is actually going to be. All right, let's go into strategy number 4. And this one is what we call collaboration. The way we do collaborations is we're going to work with another business that has the same audience as us, but doesn't sell the same product as us, which means we're not competitors. We both have the same interest of growing our list. We have the same style of customer, and we're going to bring those together so we can double each other's lists. These are really, really powerful. What we want to do here is we want to create an offer that is going to be great for the audience. We can either do that combined, so we could run a competition together, we could run a workshop, we could run a masterclass, we could do anything like that. We could give something away, but we want to do something that we can do together. And that way we can send it out to both lists and they can join together. The other one we could do is we could create an offer just for the other businesses list. And we can say, hey, if that person comes and buys from us, they get this discount or they get this offer. Might even be the offer that we started at the start. We can share that with another business because that other business might see that as valuable to their audience. So they're not just helping their audience, but they're also helping you. And then in return, they'll give you an offer to send out to your audience. Collaborations have worked really big in the big brands that I worked in. Partnered with huge brands. I remember when we did something with Superdry, we worked with Subaru, we worked with one of the ski resorts. And what we did is we put together a package around our snow gear, and we did something where we went a trip to the snow and we drove a Subaru up there. And what happened is we had 3 different audiences we could go on, and we were able to promote that competition across 3 audiences. So rather than just having this one audience we could promote to, we 3x'd it to 3 different audiences. We had 3 times the amount of email addresses that come in. And the cool thing was they all were the same ideal customer that we were looking for and the collaborative partners were looking for. So what I want you to do, and I want you to write in here, who would be the best other business that you could collaborate with where you could both grow together. Strategy number 5. This is where we come up with a loyalty program. Now, a loyalty program is where we think about tiering our customers into different segments. So there might be a bronze customer, a silver, or a gold customer. You could then have your customers accumulate points for when they spend with you. You could have them jump up through those rewards based on what they spend with you, what they do, how they interact. But the idea is you want to try and encourage a customer to go from bronze, silver to gold, and then you reward them along the way. So bronze customers might get different rewards to silver to gold, and you want to aspire them to get up there. Now, this sort of a strategy is not for small brands. You have to have something you can actually give them along the way. If you just sell one product and it's a one-time purchase and never come back, a loyalty program is not going to work for you. I really see this work exceptionally well in large brands that have large product ranges that can offer multiple different things, and they have a sticky sort of customer that keeps coming back from them. The other place it works really well is if you have another competitor that sells a similar product to you, you could use this loyalty program to try and take that customer from that competitor so they'll stick with you. I've seen this work really well when I worked inside a pet company. We sold dog food, but it was the same brand of dog food that was sold in every other supermarket. So what we needed to do was, how do we get them to be sticky with us? So what happened was every time they bought dog food from us, they would accumulate points. And then they could use those points to purchase dog food in the future, which meant those points could not be used at other brands, so they had to stay with us. Now, it's a pretty advanced strategy and you're going to need some sort of tools to do that. So go out there and look at loyalty programs to implement this for you. Once you have found that loyalty program, come back to this sheet and I want you to determine, what are the tiers you're going to have. Let's just say it's gold, silver, and bronze. And then I want you to work out what is it that they get at each of those tiers and what is it that is going to incentivize them to stick around with you. Now, I know I said 5 strategies, but I got a 6th one for you. And this is the one that I've been doing consistently that just pours email addresses into our klaviyo. And this is what we call boosting with ads. So if we pop over here to our list growth method, we've got 2 strategies in here. One is called a Facebook lead ad. Now, a Facebook lead ad is awesome. Basically what it is you can run an ad on any of these strategies that we've talked about, whether it be the offer, whether it be comp, whether it be collabs, whether it be loyalty, whether it be a lead magnet, and you can run an ad with that offer, okay? And then what happens is that ad's gonna come up in front of someone, your ideal audience, and instead of them clicking it and going to your site and filling out the details, they can just enter it directly there and Facebook enters them in. Facebook gives you their email address and their contact details straight into your system, and that customer doesn't actually have to do anything. What that means is you're getting customers directly from Facebook. They're not even having to visit your site, and then you can communicate with them via email. We're spending about $5 to $10 a day on this. We've been running it for sort of 12 to 18 months, and we're just getting 10 to 20 email addresses every single day directly into our list. It's a really powerful strategy. Now, the second way you can boost these ones is by running a site link in your Google ads. So if you're running Google ads, you'll notice that there's an area where you can put site links in. So what we can actually do here is in the site link, we enter the offer in there. So it could be, win a pair of boxing gloves. It could be download this resource. It could be enter this competition. It could be anything like that, or even get $10 off your first purchase. We put that as a site link in our Google ads and they go straight through to the landing page that we created. They fill out the details and they're in your competition. So rather than actually sending someone to convert to a sale from you, you're sending them to your store to capture their information. A really, really powerful strategy. Now, these 5 actions actually 6 strategies, are going to be super powerful for you to help you grow your email list. But I'm about to give you a shameless plug. If you did want some help, I do run a company called the E-commerce Academy, where I work directly with e-commerce entrepreneurs and help them grow their business using strategies just like this email marketing one, or meta ads, or SEO, you name it, we help you grow. So if it is something you're interested in, I put a link down below where you can book a call with me and see whether or not we're the right fit. And if we're not, I'm still going to give you some strategies that you can take away and implement in your business. However, if you just want to binge the free stuff here on YouTube, there's a couple of videos here that I think are going to be absolutely perfect for you. So make sure you check those out.